You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Put that coffee down.
I'm a British nanny, and I'm dangerous.
It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
That was totally wicked!
It's the Al Travis Show. Love having this cat on. He's Senator Aric Putnam. Senator, how are you today?
I'm doing well, my friend. How are you?
I'm okay. This is my week. This is the week where I'll tell you straight up, it is just so hard for me to even keep a positive attitude. So Monday and Tuesday this week, the temperature all of a sudden we'd be 60 degrees. So then my golf buddies call, Al, see that? It's the last time. So I actually golfed twice this week, which would make me a very happy camper. But now we look at the forecast, and they're talking for snow on Saturday. Mentally, this is the week that I have to fight through, because if you turn that around in March, snowed on Saturday, but by Monday, Tuesday, you saw 60, I'm giddy. I can't sleep at night. I'm thinking, here we come. I'm not a fall guy. I don't like this time of year. Yourself?
Yeah, that totally makes sense to me. My issue isn't necessarily the temperature, it's the darkness. The darkness starts to hit me when it's not supposed to be dark all this time. And that gets a little bit old for me,
How does it work for college kids? Answer for all of them, will you please? My wife is an elementary teacher, cannot stand when, Halloween is on a weekday. So Friday night Halloween kind of worked out. Let them go worry about their parents on the weekends. How do college kids do this? I mean, I could see me being really cranky at college. You see it's going to snow. Do you feel the kids feeling winter on the way?
Funny. It's funny you mentioned Halloween, because nowadays, like, it's a whole week. Like, they'll take the whole weekend and rage every single night, which I think takes some of the special out of it. But it's Halloween weekend. So like this year was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Monday they were a wreck.
Yeah, I can do that.
In general, I think some of them probably dig the cold, but they're young. They're indomitable. They're going to do what they're going to do anyway, because that's what they do.
It is. All right. Anything else going on special up in the St. Cloud area I need to know about? Because if not, I got a couple.
Pretty well, I think. I think we're doing all right. Hey, can I brag about something real quick?
Please. Is it your wife? Okay. I don't know if we know this yet. She's still reigning superintendent of the year. Is she? I mean, is she giving up the crown? I don't.
No, she still has the crown. She still wears it around the house. But
get me something, Senator. Okay.
But so good news. Like we have this issue with SNAP benefits, and people are going hungry. So on the fly, I put something on Facebook that says, "Hey, I'll be at my office. Just drop off some food if you want."
Oh, that's cool.
510 pounds of food and $1,000 that we took straight over to
you and the wife are fine now. What about the rest of us? Okay.
Well, I did,
wow, that's fantastic.
One box of tricks almost didn't make it. I can admit that there was a box of tricks. I was tempted.
Is it the new tricks now when they're going to take all the chemicals out of it and it looks like just blah? Or is was it the shiny?
Not for the chemicals. The whole point is the chemicals.
Well, congratulations to St. Cloud. That's really cool. You bring it to the food bank or something, to the food shelf somewhere, and do that sort of thing. Okay.
The Catholic Charities food shelf. We took a straight over there. It was pretty cool. I'm very happy with it.
Well, that's kind of a cool. I'm glad you shared that. Thank you. I want to ask you a little bit about what happened last week, because it kind of put me over the top. It was after we chatted, you and I, last week. So we have been talking fraud. How long you and I have been talking fraud? I don't know. A couple of years now. It's been a while.
Since we began.
And it just seems like another one, name the fraud, and people like, my friends, hey, did you hear this thing? And they're like, is that another one, or are we still talking to the old? No one knows anymore. But I want to say it was Tom Hauser with the governor 10 days ago. They interviewed him and said, you got any more coming up? He goes, maybe these are professionals. They're pretty bad. And he's kind of hemming and hawing. I'm like, okay, here it comes. 3 days later, last Thursday, Friday, they shut down 14 more Medicaid things. The governor himself saying, it's got every indication we kind of been getting screwed on. We're just going to close down for 90 days. Are there any more programs available that can still be stolen from, sir? I couldn't name 14 programs off the top of my head if I had to. And here we are, that's on a Thursday. We closed 14. How many more do we got to look at?
Yeah, this one's tricky. The first thing, though, when we asked that question, I'm assuming that you're looking for a place to do some graft. Like, what's left for you? Like, where's my fraud, says Al. Everyone else gets to be fraudulent. Where's mine?
Can we just get a list? These 14 are done. These are the last 5 you've got. If you're going to get in now. Oh, that is not how I took that, but that was funny. Okay.
But so here's the thing, though. Like, the craziest thing, as soon as he made that announcement, the people in my community, just all of them on the phone with me and saying like, and they're all people who voted for him, saying things
Yeah.
like, no, 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 no. I need this benefit, or I
Yeah.
need this waiver. I got a good friend who is a PCA for her severely disabled daughter.
Hmm.
And she's like, my husband just got laid off last week, and now I'm not going to be paid for 90 days or whatever. Like
Yeah.
that's bad.
Oh,
So I'm glad that we're doing something about fraud, but this kind of illustrates the whole core problem is that we have to
well,
rely on a lot of these folks and a lot of these organizations to do the work because the state hasn't been able to do it itself.
I don't want to
It's
rip
tough.
your guy, but
Yeah,
we're
go ahead.
6, 7 years into his administration. The idea now that, okay, it's really bad, stop everything, is such a knee-jerk reaction. Like you say, there's people like, wait a minute, she's been getting this for years, taking care of her disabled kid. Why are we cutting her off? It's because we need to snap, jerk, react to something now, and that's just bad management. Here's the one that got me. So the one that I still don't understand, this home
Oh, the home
getting people.
stabilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pay Al to go to homeless guy, tell him about all the programs out there. You know, he doesn't have to get him off the streets. I just got to talk to you guy, and then I can get some paychecks. I don't even know if you can convince me we'd need that. I'm saying, okay, if we know homeless guy there, instead of paying Al $75 an hour, throw him 2 hours worth of work and go stay at a hotel for the night. And then we cut Al out because what the heck did I do anyway? So anyway, I'm not sure I need it. And that's one of these they closed down. And the Department of Human Services gal, who's running it now, comes out and she says, well, we're going to get that one cleaned up right away, get a couple more boundaries on there, we'll get it right back up and running. I think this one might be worth taking another look at and say, you know what I'm saying? And I get the idea that it might be great. And the other ones, if you can go 90 days without getting a check, do you need it? Now, I'm not saying PCA. There are people who need it. I'm not saying that. But we shouldn't be 7 years into this and then just knee-jerk reacting. And somebody's going to have to explain to me this talking to homeless people.
You
And
know,
we'll pay you to talk to them.
yeah, I'm sorry to say this out loud, but I think you got a really good point here. And that's that
Shocker.
you know, as and I think you're getting at the key here too, is that the response has been partially more political than it should have been. More about kind of appearances than
Yep.
substance in its entirety. I think there's a bit of both going on, but and there always is in politics, but maybe the ratio is a little bit skewed in one direction or the other. And this is an opportunity as we're trying to go through people's books to actually go through their programs
Yeah.
and say, you know, as long as we got the hood up, let's see what works and what doesn't. I hope
You're gonna
that's
get
what's going
kicked. You're gonna get kicked out of the whole Senate for even saying crap like that because that's just not the way we do it. It's like I say, this talking to the people off the street. There was nothing in that bill that said Al got paid if it was successful. Al gets paid if he tried, and then all of a sudden, like what did the attorney general yesterday said? 100% of that was fraud. Ain't nobody talking to nobody. It was fraud. Okay, well then maybe we don't need it. It didn't do anything. So why now that hood is open? Let's take a look if we need it. But I presume that doesn't just happen like that. If, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they look under the hood and say, yeah, not one homeless guy got a dime out of this bad boy, but Al made a living talking to people on the street. We want to stop it. Can we? I mean, I presume you'd have to come in, you guys have to go in and vote to stop it. Can we even stop something that has already been made up? I mean, you can put a pause on it, but can they stop it?
Well, so there's a thing, and I don't know a ton about this, but because legislature is a big place, lots of things happen in different places, and sometimes you
Sure.
don't track everything all the time. But apparently, one of the reasons why these 14 things got shot down is that the legislature gave the governor I don't know who he gave the authority to, but we did increase the authority to actually close down some of these programs a
Okay.
year or two ago. And before
Okay.
that, is when a lot of these things happen. But so there's new authority that's being invoked here that
Okay.
wasn't before too, which is I think is part of the
Well,
mix.
good if we had it, but if it's been a couple of years, I'm back to we shouldn't be knee-jerk stuff. Let's
Right.
say there's 14 of these. Let's take this one this week. We'll go through it. Okay, not. And just do this, and then all of a sudden you're on it 2 years later and nothing is knee-jerk. Because I happen to know this PCA thing you're talking about, I actually know a couple that survive on it as well to take care of their child. And if you're just stopping it, then it's just mean. That is just mean. I got to go to break. Can we battle through some of the election stuff from last night? And God, I don't want to cover. If you want to get bored, read the paper today. You want to get bored, just read the nuance of every county district thing in Minnesota. bore yourself to tears. We'll cover the top line stuff with Aric Putnam, Senator Putnam, right after this.
Tired of one-sided media and divisive noise drowning out your conservative values? Take back the conversation with Braver Angels. Join a grassroots movement to restore civility and find common ground without compromising your principles. As a conservative, your voice matters. Share your perspective on issues like immigration and public health in red-blue workshops and help rebuild trust in our great nation. Be a leader in depolarizing America. Sign up for free at mn.braverangels.org. Braver Angels, where conservatives, liberals, and independents unite for a stronger republic.
Think about it. A famous politician once said, "You're entitled to your opinion, but you are not entitled to your own facts." But in a world full of AI and fake news, where can Minnesotans find the facts? Center of the American Experiment is Minnesota's go-to source for fact-based analysis and common sense solutions for taxes, energy, public safety, and our kids' education. Visit AmericanExperiment.org for more information. Think About It is brought to you by Center of the American Experiment, Minnesota's think tank.
As in alligator. L also in alligator. But it's not alligator. It's the Al Travis Show.
And you want clear, concise rundown of what happened in elections? Listen up here. Senator Aric Putnam's going to bust it down for me. I don't remember which one of the old white-haired, wig-wearing guys that wrote the Declaration of Independence said that we're only a couple generations from losing our independence if we want to. I think about that today. This Mondani guy wins in New York. Not that we talk a lot about New York politics, but I'm old enough to tell you I never would have thought a socialist would win an election in America. My old man would be rolling over in his grave. I'm getting through World War II. We stopped that. We're two generations. I'm stunned. I'm not good for him. New York can do what New York wants. But are you even a little shocked with what New York voted in?
No, not at all. I mean, like,
No.
so a couple points to make real quick is, Eugene Debs in the first part of the 20th century was a presidential candidate as a socialist.
Yep.
Came in third with lots and lots of numbers. He even ran from prison and did really well. But I'm going to make a sort of a point that you might not like, and I know my friends aren't. They're not real socialists.
Oh.
They're not. Like, they're not real socialists.
Socialist light?
No. No, the people in my caucus who call themselves socialists, they have no idea what the word means. None
Well,
whatsoever.
okay.
It's just
Well, even that's sad then. At
no,
least look it up.
yeah, I mean, it's just branding. All it is
Okay.
branding. And this is the part that frustrates me with people who call themselves socialists today is that they're the most traditional politicians in the world. There's nothing progressive or radical about them. They're just telling people what they want to hear. And that's good sometimes, right? Like I'm not
No.
critiquing these folks, but I have no fear of some sort of socialist revolution or socialist taking power because I haven't seen a socialist yet. I've seen
Okay.
people who make
Okay.
populist noises from the left, and they're just the opposite. They're just the
All
flip
right.
side of Trump.
I get your point. And mine is you get what you pay for. This whole thing with it's a big news story on the news today. Obviously, New York will get what New York voted for, and we'll see how this works, and we'll decide in 4 more years. I think the U.S. can handle this, but it's going to be different. On the other hand, this is so weird to me. In Minneapolis, and I don't mess with there, but Fry ends up winning last night, 42 over Senator Fatah's 32. But hold on. We do this crazy vote a half dozen times thing, this ranked choice voting. So today now, the two or three at the bottom that aren't going to win, they go out and they take their second place votes and will recount. The interesting play, and I give Senator Fatah a lot of credit here, he got together with most of the others and say, anybody but Fry committee saying, vote for me. And if you're not voting for me, then put my name second. We could watch this flip now by the end of the day, and Fatah will be the mayor there. I don't like this ranked choice voting thing. Not at all. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we talked about this a little bit before. Like,
Yeah.
the idea behind it, I think, is pretty cool. I like it for school boards and city councils.
Yeah.
Bigger races, I think it gets a little more complicated. And one of the reasons why I like it for school boards and city councils is that then people don't bullet vote, where they just vote
Yeah.
for one person, they don't vote for anybody else, whatever. But that's happening anyway. So like that's part of my concern is these other candidates that frankly Omar's kind of using them to build his vote total. And let me be clear, he's my pal. I dig Omar a lot, but
He's playing by the rules given to him. That wasn't me slighting him. I'm telling you, I'm just not a big fan of it. He's down by 10, but when you take the seconds, there's enough in there that he couldn't end up walking away with this after the first ballot. And it's not how America works, dag nabbit. No, he's doing the thing. I'm not ripping him at all. It's just a strange thing, and you watch that flip. The other one I want to really talk, if I can. Anything else? If not, I want to move on. I got
no, let's keep going.
When you look at what happened in Woodbury, the 47 seat, Representative Yeager wins that big time, 62-38 over the Republican guy. So that seat stays the same as Mitchell. So you guys hang on to that. In 29, I think it's Holmstrom, the Republican there, held that seat that Anderson, he passed. 62-38, I found it interesting, the exact same cut. But that all being said, all the numbers say the same as they were last week, if you will, last time we got into. But Representative Yeager's seat's now open, and now we have to call a special session, right? We got to get this thing figured out. This is, mark my words, Putnam, I don't think the Republicans tried as hard as they should have in that district. I think it was winnable, but they just, well, look at the numbers. Maybe they saw the numbers too. I don't know. But they're going to go all out for that seat. I think you will see every Republican known to man wandering around knocking on doors, because that's one in a much smaller district, right? Because half of the Senate seat, you can focus your energy. If they win that, then they, take over the charge of the House. Your thoughts on my brilliant analysis?
I think it's absolutely loopy. I mean, the one thing that I think is, well, I mean, it's been like 2 years since we've had a full complement of legislators because someone gets arrested for sex trafficking, someone gets arrested for burglary, someone dies, and then people are moving around. It's been forever since we've had a full complement of legislators, and so I don't know what's going on. But there's going to be two special elections because Coley Hurt is now mayor of St. Paul.
Well, I was going to throw that. Yeah, hers also won hers, and you could get Senator Fatah if he ends up winning this thing. Like I said, special elections. I think we're at 6 right now. You can get almost to 10 with this slate here, which has never come close to happening before in Minnesota. It's cray.
I feel like I should somehow quit or something. Like something's supposed to happen to me now. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Well, in St. Cloud, if you do step down, you just get to appoint somebody, right? You just say, Al, you're in. Tag team it. You're in. That's all we're going to do. Speaking of which, though, somebody from your neck of the woods, I should not gloss over this. Representative Speaker of the House, Damuth, she's up in your neck of the woods, right? She's in that St. Cloud area.
Yeah, she's my neighbor.
Oh, really? She dives in. Your thoughts, though, top level brush with your thoughts on Damuth getting in for the governor.
What I think is fascinating. So I was on the ballot with her the first time she was on the ballot when she ran for House a couple years ago.
Okay.
And she was really thoughtful and humble and curious. And I would have almost voted for her as a Republican in that district if I lived over there.
Sure.
But being an authority, being in power can influence people and their way of doing things. I think that she's a viable candidate because she's very slick.
Okay.
She's good at being a politician, I guess is what I'll say. And it's interesting to see that evolve over the past couple of years. But she's gotten good at being, I'm just going to say slick.
That's fair. I asked the Democratic thought on a Republican getting in. I have no problem with what you just said. We have invited her to be on this program, and evidently she's lost my number. We'll keep inviting her to come on and whenever she's got an opportunity to talk about why she wants to run. Same thing with the governor, by the way. It's amazing now I look at it, the more people that don't call me back. Interesting. Anyway, Putnam, Senator, appreciate you coming on the program, as always. I love having you on. Thanks for being here.
Anytime, my friend. Have a great week. See you next week.
Senator Aric Putnam on the Al Travis Show.